In this lecture, let us learn one of the most important topic which is widely asked in interviews. So let us now see what is the difference between synchronous JavaScript and asynchronous JavaScript. Before seeing practical example, let us understand this concept using one simple analogy. Now just imagine you are playing with some building blocks and you want to build some kind of tower. So this is the tower you want to build. Now to build this tower, what you will do? You are only one person who is playing with this block. Now to build this kind of tower, what you will be doing? One by one, you will be placing all these blocks. So in this way, you will be placing all these blocks. Once it is completed, you will be starting with the side blocks and you are going to complete. Now to build this, one by one, you have placed all the blocks. There is no one to support you. You are the one who is building this tower. So the disadvantage here is one by one you have to keep all the blocks. Unless and until one is completed, you cannot keep another block. So this is what I have mentioned. We have to place one block on top of another, making sure each block is in place before adding the next one. So after adding this block directly, you cannot add the block here. Okay, blocks cannot fly. You have to add this block. Only then you have to add another block. Without adding previous block, you cannot add another block. So here what happens, it is very time consuming because one by one you have to place all the blocks. So in JavaScript, this is called as synchronous way. One by one our code will be executed. Cannot jump to the last line before executing my previous line. So this is called as synchronous way. But now there is one friend who is there to help me and her name is Jia. Now what I will do while building the same block, I will be making this base and what she will do, she will be making this part. So once her part is completed, directly I can add here and my simple tower will be completed. This is what we will do. I will be building this base, then Jia will be building this, and finally I will be adding. So one by one I can place this, but this part which Jia has completed, she will complete on her own. She will handle it to me and I am just going to place on my tower. So here what happens, we both are working simultaneously and final tower will be constructed very faster. One person is building the base and second person is building the side blocks. We both are working on different parts of the tower, but we are working at the same time. Later on, we are going to combine all the things and we will be generating the result. Similarly, the goal of asynchronous JavaScript is basically to deal with long running tasks which is running in the background. So in next lecture, I will be showing you complete working of asynchronous JavaScript, how it will be working. But this is how asynchronous JavaScript will be working. Whatever task which is taking long time, that will be running in the background, and whatever previous task or whatever next task I am having, that I can easily complete. So this is called as asynchronous JavaScript. You can also take an example of kitchen. If you are cooking something and if you are very slow, one by one you will be preparing the dish. If one dish is completed, only then you will be going for the next dish. So for you, it doesn't matter how much time it is taking, but one by one you are cooking the dish. But in asynchronous way, you are keeping all the dishes on the stove and whichever it is ready, you are keeping on the side and whichever is not ready, you are just preparing that food. So this is the simple analogy to understand synchronous and asynchronous JavaScript. Now practically, I will be showing you whatever analogy we have seen. Practically, we will write one example to understand this concept in more better way. I have opened my editor and also I have opened the file in my browser and this is my console. We will be using function. I will simply write my function name as play with toys. You can give anything only to understand the concept. I am writing this function. I will simply write one log and I will write one message. I have simply written playing with toys in synchronous way. Now here I will write log and here I will be writing another message. Now after this, one by one, I have to place all the levels and I have to complete my tower. So what I will do, I will be using for loop, old way of using. I will write let level. Initially, I will assign it to one first level. Initially, I am assuming I am having three levels. So here I will write level is less than or equal to 3. Then each and every time I just want to increase my level. And here I will write log. Simply I will be writing one message. Below this I will copy and here I will paste. So here first level I just want to print this message adding level 1 to the tower. After that I just want to display this message level 1 added to the tower. Once all my levels are completed, only then I have to display this message. I will simply write here tower construction is completed. Once it is done, what I have to do? Simply I have to call this function. Save it. Now you can see first time I am having this message playing with toys, then building a tower. After that I am adding first level, then I am adding second level, then I am adding third level. Only after that my tower construction is completed. So now what happens here? Unless and until my for loop is running, whatever task I am having below, entire thing is stopped. Here let me just write one simple log. I will write here hello. Save it. Now you can see only after this function is executed, whatever code I am having here, that will be executed. Using synchronous way, it is blocking our entire execution of code. Once entire execution is completed, only then I can move to the next line and I can execute my result. Now this is synchronous way. Let me comment. Below this, I will just paste asynchronous code. As of now, if you are not aware what is set timeout, do not worry. Later on, in next lecture, I will be showing you complete working of asynchronous code. Now inside this function, I have written this to console. Set timeout. First time, just imagine this is taking 2 seconds. So here I have passed 2 seconds. Inside this, I am just displaying this. So after this is executed, this second step is taking 3 seconds. So again I am using set timeout. And finally, the last step is taking 2 seconds. So again I am just writing this console. So in total, it is taking 7 seconds to build this tower. So this is called as asynchronous code. Now let me just show you the result. You can see. Now what happens? Just see here. Let me just uncomment. Again, I will be calling this function to show you the result. First time I am having this result. After 2 seconds, this code is executed. After 3 seconds, this code is executed. And finally, after 2 seconds, this code is executed. Because now, asynchronous way, I have passed the timing. So only after that, this code will be executed. Now let me show you one more thing. Now below this, if I am having some data, I will write here hello. Now as soon as I save, you can see after displaying this to console, whatever asynchronous code I am having, it is taking some time to execute. So it will wait, but below this, whatever code I am having, that is executed, and only after that I am having this asynchronous code. So this is how asynchronous code will be very helpful, and you should master asynchronous JavaScript. Once you master asynchronous JavaScript, then you will learn lot of concepts in JavaScript related to promises and async await. You can see our code is not blocked. After this, once it is ready, only then this code will be executed. But before that, whatever code is ready, that will be executed when we are writing code in asynchronous way. But in synchronous way, it did not happen. Once it is completed all the tasks, only then it was displaying hello. But in asynchronous way, after this to console, directly I am displaying this console. Only after that this asynchronous code is running. So this is the basic difference between synchronous and asynchronous JavaScript.